as many of you know, I direct Adventure Serve Ministries, and you also may know that I've been living in a shack for about a week. I've been doing so as part of a fundraising campaign for Adventure Serve Ministries, as well to give a visual representation of those who live on the margins. I'm living with less so that others might have more by fundraising for those on the margins and for our organization that serves those on the margins. I'm doing this social experiment, and it's always a powerful experience for me. It's a unique combination of time in solitude and in prayer while I sit on the corner and just watch folks drive by, or I'm inside the shack and listening to a scripture app and prayer. As well, it's it enlivens my extroversion side while so many people pop up and chat with me. It gives me a chance to consider how best and practically to love those who live on the margins. In such a divisive year, it's nice to come into something that we all agree upon, and that is that we should love those who live on the margins, the poor, the elderly, the orphan, the disabled. I think of the woman I first met her a couple years back, and she had been addicted to methamphetamines in Richmond and had moved into our community. And she was living an alternative lifestyle and making some choices that some of us in the Christian environment might struggle with. Yet a woman in our church in Wilmore Anglican had reached out to her and was allowing her to live with her and giving her some work. And this woman still lives in our community, and I thought it was so cool that a Christian sister in my own church had reached out to her in love. And isn't that how we're all meant to be known as in our Christian identity, that they may know us by our love? I was encouraged to tie in the scripture references of this week, and I noticed two themes. One is that the Old Testament references a time when David starts thinking of building a house for God. And God says, hey, I've been living in a tent up to this point. And then in the same verses of this week, we have God through the angel Gabriel appearing to Mary and saying, God is now going to live in a person. So God's going from living amongst us, dwelling amongst us in a tent, and now in a person. And then extend that even further. God says, no, it's even bigger than that. It is in all of you in the way that you relate. And I think of the conversations that I've had with folks here in the shack and the prayers that I've found myself praying with other Christians in just these impromptu counseling sessions I get to be a part of here, and a recognition that we are vessels of Christ. We as Christians are meant to reach out to those who live on the margins and give them stability and rest. And that's part of the ministry of love. It's a challenging one. We all do it different ways. But that's a bit of what I've learned in this social experiment of the Adventure Serve Shack.